Hello, my dear hearts. This is known as Lake Powell. It's the largest sand dune lake in the United States. And of course, there's lapping water, so I'm going to share that with us. Apologies for the whipping wind. The park is bisected by the famous Highway 98, which also goes through Port St. Joe. But who doesn't like to watch lapping water? So if it's available to you, perhaps taking a breath, and on your exhale, releasing that which no longer serves you. And in your next breath, drawing in calm, peace, compassion, and kindness, which we can always use. And of course, as we've learned, what's the kindest thing I can do for myself right now? For me this morning was coming out with a nearby wildflower appreciation nature group and came to this park I'd never been to. So it's win-win-win. A lot of ideas for native plants to continue to fill my yard. So how are you today, my friends? Of course, if it's available, placing a hand or hands on your heart space or around your shoulders or on your cheeks. Taking a moment to feel this one. Breathing in, giving yourself appreciation for taking the time to check in. The sun has broken through a couple times this morning. As you can see, we've got some blue sky. Some beautiful sand pine trees. Some beach live oaks. Saw palmettos, which I have now fallen in love with, and I'm going to put some in my yard. They grow so slowly, like this one's probably hundreds of years old. And actually talked to us for a moment there. Nice sandy path. So how are things in your mind, your heart, your spirit, and your body today? Can you take a moment to maybe perhaps step outside? Of course, some of you live in brutal winter conditions, but perhaps looking out the window, spying something in your vicinity that brings a smile to your face. I'm sure most of us know about yucca, and this is yucca filamentosa because the leaves give off these cute little filaments. I do have one that we've rescued from that property near us, and it did better in that freeze we had a couple of weeks ago than much of the other natives. And you know me, I'm always going to stop for a tree that has a story. Look at that root structure. It's been eroded away. And that would be known as a sand pine. Much hardier than other pine trees, and they can handle being close to brackish and salty water. Definitely want to share it with you. This really cute lichen. I'm liking this lichen. It's called deer lichen. We passed over closer to the beach, wide swaths of this lichen. And this is known as false rosemary. It sets out at the ends, little pink, purple flowers. It's not rosemary, that's why they call it false rosemary. So again, thinking about what we need, what would feed our spirit, calm our minds, rejuvenate our bodies and spirits, our hearts. Another tree with a story. So I want to thank you for coming along on this little stroll with me. Checking out a new part of North Florida. And I was particularly tickled to see so many of the native plants that my sister and I have rescued and put into our yards that are here. So, thinking I have to stop at a nursery on the way home. Look at this. Look at that silvery wood. We can just meditate on that striation there, that silvery glow. It's the bones of a tree that had produced leaves, bark, seeds, fruit for the animals out here, however long ago. And that gives us another moment to think about what is it that we still have to contribute to our families, our friends, our communities, organizations we're part of, our towns, and even wider afield. It is Random Acts of Kindness Week. So what can we do for ourselves? Filling up our own cups, and then turning to people closest to us, neighbors, community members. What random acts of kindness can we do to help make this world a better place, a kinder place, more compassionate world? Sending you lots of love, my dear hearts. Again, thank you for being in my life. I don't think I'd want to live in this world without you. Take care. Haven't done a coda in a while, so let's do one here. This is called the Mosquito Ditch, which they had added after Hurricane Michael in 2018. A lot of this area was devastated by the hurricane. And of course, why do we like still water? For what it can reflect. So thinking about when we practice, trying to take ourselves to stillness. What can we experience? What can we notice? Of course, right now we can notice that the major highway is very close. And over here is where we had seen the rattlesnake a little while ago. So many plants in Florida love to be near water. But there's so much of this park that is xeric, X-E-R-I-C, which is dry and sandy, which a lot of my property is, so I'm thinking about what plants to bring home. Not from here. You can't take things from a state park. I can take ideas. All right, my dear hearts, sending you lots of love as we enjoy these trees right here. Not a lot of breeze right now, but you can see almost imperceptibly the tree moving in the breeze. A little bit more breeze coming in. Anyone else love the sound of wind in the trees? Me too. All right, my dears, we'll see you in the next stroll. Sending lots of love. May you be well. May you be at peace. May you know you are loved.